caught me at the right time, baby. Oh, I was at the end. Made me feel like.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. How are you guys doing? Today we're going to do an extremely detailed, updated makeup routine. I know, trust me, it's a lot, but it's really not that a lot. It's just it's the same routine I've done, but it's just with different products, if that makes sense. So you guys know, if you guys have been watching my videos for a long time, you know I've never really used primer a lot. Like, I always just went right in with foundation. But lately I've been using primer and I think I love it. So I have two primers. I have the NARS matte. I have the NARS matte primer. It's a mattifying primer in the NARS brand. And I also have the very popular, very legend Milk Hydro Grip Primer, and that's what we're going to be using today. We're going to be using the Milk Hydro Grip Primer to prime our face. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And I'm just going to go ahead and rub that all over my face. And now we're going to go ahead with foundation. Now the foundation I'm going to be using today is the Estee Lauder foundation. This is in the shade, or this is in the number 7C1 and the shade Rich Mahogany. I'm going to have everything listed down below in the description box, and I will also have them on the screen so you guys can see if you don't want to check the description box out, so it's fine. I'll have them in both places. So we're going to go ahead with this foundation. Guys, I love this foundation so much because it matches with my skin perfectly. At first I thought it wasn't a great match, but like as I used it, you know, throughout the days, I was like, oh my god, this is actually the perfect match. So we're going to just blend that in. You're going to also, even though you want to make sure that foundation you're using is your skin color, sometimes you have hyperpigmentation, and sometimes you have, like, well, for me, if you're someone like me, I have like a neck that has like a brighter tone right here and then a darker tone. So sometimes I just go in with my neck and I bring it down like right about here, and it's fine. You don't have to drag it all the way down, but all I do is this right here, and then I'm fine. This is the perfect skin tone for my skin, y'all. I don't think I'll ever use any other foundation. If I do use any other foundation, I think that foundation has to be literally like, you can't tell I have makeup on kind of vibes. It has to give, like, if I use any other foundation, that foundation has to give like I don't have any makeup on. Like, that's what it has to give, because this Estee Lauder, I will never go back. This, oh my god, this is amazing. Like, I love this foundation, absolutely. Like, I love this foundation so much. Like, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy how much I love this, because this is exactly my skin tone. Like, could you just look at this and look at my chest? Look at right here and look at my face. It's absolutely the same color match. This has the perfect color match for my skin. Like, and I just absolutely love it. I don't think I'll use any other foundation when it comes to, like, for my skin. For me, I'll forever buy this shade, and I pray to God that Estee Lauder does not discontinue this foundation, honestly. Next, guys, I'm going to be doing my eyebrows. You guys know I do not do my eyebrows on camera because this is a brand new step for me. I am going to do it on camera with you guys so you guys can see. So today I'll be using the gel method with my brows. I will be using Makeup by Mario Master Hold Brow Gel. And basically, I think you're supposed to like clean the product off. Guys, I don't have any Q-tips at the moment to wipe off the product from my brows because I do want a clean set of brows before applying the gel on my brows. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually use a makeup remover wipes, and I'm going to use just the tip of it, or I'm just going to point my finger through this little edge right here. Just only apply this where my eyebrows are and wipe the foundation from my brow area. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Makeup by Mario Master Hold Brow Gel, and I'm going to apply that product all over my brows. This is actually a very new technique for me, guys. I'm not really good at this, so if I'm having a really bad brow day, do not judge me, because like I said, I'm actually very new to this. So to my knowledge, I think you just sweep this in the direction that your brows naturally go in. So that's what I'm going to be doing right now. And the gel dries really quickly. It's super, like when I say this holds your brows, it holds your brows. Like I promise you. I've never seen anything like this before in my entire life. Like, it's absolutely the perfect brow gel. As you guys can see, this is the perfect brow gel. And now I'm gonna go do the same thing for this brow. So I don't know if you guys can see the difference. This is the side where I have brow gel. I don't know if the light is a little bit too bright, but hopefully you guys can see. This is the side where I apply brow gel, and this is the side without brow gel. You can definitely see the difference. You can see the difference, like without me even having to go like this, you can definitely see the difference. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the next side with this, and I'll be back on. Now that I gelled my brows, I'm gonna be adding the Rare Beauty pencil. I'm gonna be adding the Rare Beauty Brow Harmony. This is a angled pencil, and this is a very thin angled eyeliner, and you can see how thin it is. It just helps me to add some very thin strokes to my brows, because my brows are very, very thick, and I don't really need like so much. So all I do is outline at the end like this. That's literally all I do, and then I do on the other side as well. And then I just add some strokes like right here, but not too much. And then that's about it. And I'm gonna be and then I conceal. I'm gonna be concealing with the Born This Way concealer in the shade Chestnut. So obviously I'm just going to carve my eyebrow out and clean up anywhere that might have not underlined properly or outlined properly. Okay, so what I normally do is I go in with a darker concealer on the edge of my eyebrows right here in the middle here, but I absolutely forgot. So I'm going to see if it'll work if I do go over it with the darker concealer. This concealer is the Sephora concealer. This is in the number 59N, and I'm just going to apply this in the middle. The reason why I'm going to apply that there is so that when I blend it out, it's like, this is like much more, this concealer is a closer shade to my skin tone. When I blend it out, what it helps is it looks much more natural. So I'm going to see if it'll work if I can apply this over the concealer that I have already here. I do not know, y'all, but I will see. I absolutely forgot to do this, and I just went in with the brighter concealer on this side. But let's see if it'll work. There's absolutely no rules when it comes to makeup, so who knows. I can definitely see a color change, but it's not as dark as I would want it to be, but that's absolutely fine. Obviously, without the lighter concealer being there, it would have been a much darker tone on my skin, closer to my foundation. Okay, so now I'm going to blend this out right quickly. What I also do is I add concealer onto my eyelids so that I can dry the concealer when I'm blending it out to my eyelids so that it serves as a base for the eyeshadow I use now. So I'm just going to add a little bit of this. And I added only a little bit because it's going to get blended out anyway. And to make it blend more, I'm going to use my foundation brush, or the brush I use to put my foundation on, because it sometimes always has a little bit more product on it, but not that much, but just the perfect amount, so that I can just go ahead and blend in the middle of my nose and make it look nice and seamless and perfect and blended. Okay, so now guys, I'm going to set my eyelids. I always set my eyelids with a setting powder so that it doesn't crease before I get to it, because right after I do my eyes, I go right into my face and then I go back to my eyelids. So right now I'm going to set my eyelids with the Laura Mercier setting powder, and I'm only going to add just a little bit to my, and before I even add the setting powder to my eyelids, I just go ahead and make sure that there hasn't been any creases, even though it's only been a few seconds since I put the concealer on my eyelids. So I never put a lot, I just put a little bit. You want to make sure, guys, every single time you add a liquid or a cream onto your face, you have to set it with a powder so that it doesn't crease or doesn't look any kind of way or greasy on your face. And the next thing we're going to jump into is concealer, which is highlighting my face. I'm using the same concealer I use for my underbrow, Too Faced Born This Way, in the shade Chestnut. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing. This has not changed since my last makeup routine. This is definitely absolutely not changed, so there's really nothing to say about this. What I can say that definitely has changed was the fact that I do not conceal the top of my brows, mainly because I do use a brow gel now, and I'm not really sure if you're supposed to, because the brow gel is so hard and it dries so quickly. It just gives me like a very, I'm really afraid to put any product over the top of my eyebrows because they don't really, like, it's really hard. Like, it's so hard. So yeah. What has also changed is that I now use a setting spray. When I put my concealer on, I use a setting spray and I spray that just to set that, and then I blend it. A long time ago, I always just put my concealer on and blend it out, but now I set it with a setting spray and then I blend it out. What's also new is that I use a powder puff from Amazon. I no longer use my brush. There's nothing wrong with it. I love my brush still. I will still use it, but for now, I think I'm in love with how the powder puff makes the concealer blend into my skin. I think I always brought my concealer up this way, so I don't know if this is something to also explain, but I always brought it up this way to give myself like that lifted eye look. And then what I also do now that's new is I do not put concealer on my forehead. I leave it on my nose. And what I do is I blend upwards, because when you blend upwards, all that product is still going to get on your forehead. And so instead of having that excess amount of concealer on your forehead, what I just do is I blend upwards, and the product that's on the powder puff when I'm done blending my nose is now on my forehead, but it's literally not that much, which is actually the perfect amount. Okay guys, this is how we're looking so far. The next thing I'm going to do is contour. I'm going to be contouring with the Fenty Beauty Contour Stick in the shade Ebony. This is how it looks. So I'm going to be contouring, of course, the side of my cheeks like this. Bring it down. The same thing with this side. the sides of my nose. Down underneath by my chin. Also, I put a little bit by my jaw, on the sides of my jaw. Normally, I would put it on my forehead, but because I have this closure on, obviously I'm not going to do that. Next, I'm going to be using a angled contour brush to brush this out. One thing I love about contour is your face can look extremely your face can look like an egg. But the minute you put that contour on or you bronze your face, you look nice and sculpted. And I love that about some contour, and I love me some contour. I love contour. Besides applying blush to my face, contour has to be my most favorite step when it comes to applying makeup on my face. I love me some contour. Is this one? Okay. So here. Okay, so now guys, I'm going to be using a smaller brush to blend out my nose contour. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to bring this contour up into my brow area, and I'm going to tell you guys why that's so important for me later on. But as I blend it out, I'm going to automatically bring it up to my brow area right here and blend it out. Okay guys, so I'm a girl that loves a bright under eye, so I'm going to add a bright under eye every single time, okay? This is not new, this is not updated, this is just a regular routine that I did every single time. You guys know from my other makeup looks, I always did a super bright under eye. So I'm going to be using a second concealer. This is the NARS concealer in the shade Medium Deep Caramel. This is how bright it is. So I'm going to definitely go ahead and add this underneath my eye, and I'm going to blend this in with the same powder puff that I used to blend in the first concealer. So we're going to go ahead and blend that out as well. And then we're going to just bring this just this way. We're going to blend it this way instead of blending it down like that. Same thing with this side. We're going to blend it horizontally instead of diagonally and vertically. Like that. And now guys, right after I do that, I'm going to set my under eyes with the Airbrush Flawless Finish by Charlotte Tilbury in the shade 2 Medium. I'm going to go ahead and set underneath here. Right after I do that, guys, I'm going to bronze my face. I'm going to be using the Fenty Beauty bronzer in the shade Mocha Mami. And guys, I love this bronzer. It adds so much warmth to my face. It adds so much warmth to my face. The minute I run out, I promise you, I'm going to get another one. Like, just look at that. This is the before. This is the after. You guys see? You probably might not see the difference, but I absolutely see the difference and I absolutely love it. I think that this is the perfect bronzer for dark skinned women. Like, if you're dark skinned like me and you don't have this in your makeup collection, I suggest you go and get this right now. Because this is just a perfect shade for me. Like, I absolutely love this. Also bronze the side of my nose like this, and I bring that up to I'm going to add some eyeshadow. And now guys, the next thing we're going to do to set the face. I'm going to be setting my face with Huda Beauty Easy Bake Setting Powder in the shade Kunafa. I used the La Mercier. I love the La Mercier but I think that this Huda Beauty setting powder is the best and perfect setting powder for dark skinned women. This is in the shade Kunafa. She has like I think about 4 other shades, but the Kunafa shade has to be the most perfect shade for black women. I promise you. Okay, she has one that's the banana bread as well. That one is literally like the same as the Sheen shade, or like almost as if the same shade as the translucent honey in Laura Mercier. However, I think that the Huda Beauty has more like a yellow, like a more of a brownish tone than the yellowish whitish banana bread, if that makes a little bit of sense. So I'm gonna be setting with this today. Under eye, of course, bring it out. To the chin area, everywhere that I highlighted, basically. Just a little bit on the nose. And I'm also going to define my contour by cutting it with the powder. And then you guys know, of course, I absolutely do not keep setting powder on my face. Absolutely. I immediately brush off that excess powder. Powder in the corner of my eye, because of course we want the corner of my eye to set, because I do love a bright under eye, like I said. The next thing we're gonna go do is add some perfecting powder. This is the perfecting powder by NARS. This is the shade Seafront, and I'm going to just add this all over my face to basically bring everything together and blend everything much better. And now guys, I'm going to be adding some blush. I will be using the Patrick Ta blush in the shade She's Wanted. This is the perfect blush, guys, for dark skinned women. Just look at that. Look at these colors. Look at that. Tell me these are not beautiful. I kid you not, these colors are amazing. And I'm sorry, this is my new favorite blush and I love it. This is a duo actually. So you can use the powder and there's a cream on the top. You can use the cream after you place the powder already. So I'm going to place the powder on first, and then when I'm done with everything, I'm going to go back in with the blush again and use the cream and just tap that onto my cheeks just to give like a dewy, glowy look. So right now we're going to be adding this blush. Look at that. Oh my God, y'all. Y'all see that? Like, chef's kiss. Well, not chef's kiss, makeup's kiss. Makeup artist's kiss. Is that a thing? I don't know, but I absolutely love this blush, and I really feel as if this blush complements the setting powder so well. Like, absolutely, like, so well. Maybe it's just me, but that's just how I feel, or that's how it just looks on my skin. It complements it on my skin. Let me just say that this blush complements the Huda Beauty setting powder in Kunafa on my skin very well. So I just wanted to personalize that because it might not work for somebody else. So yeah. Okay, so now guys, I'm going to be adding some eyeshadow to my eyelids. I do not know if I want to add the bronzer or if I want to add some brown. I think I'm going to add some bronzer. So I'm going to add some bronzer to my eyelids as shadow for today. This is definitely the updated part. Well, this is not only, I've obviously did more updated parts throughout this routine, but this has to be the newest one because this is like my everyday kind of like look, and I add a bronzer to my eyelids every day now. I really never used to do that. Like every time you guys saw me do my makeup on here, I've never added eyeshadow as an everyday look, but literally this is what I go to every day. I always add a bronzer or a brown shadow on my eyelids. I don't really do any cut creases or anything. It's just really where I'm adding it to bronze into my face much more, so my face can be much more like a bronze, kind of look. And earlier when I brought my contour up to my shadow, up like here when I told you guys I was going to see you later. This is why, because it literally blends into the shadow, so you don't really have to do that much work. You just really blend the contour into your eyelids, and the shadow does the work. It covers it. Well, I want to release it. It covers it because you really can see if it's not blended. Obviously, you do have to blend it, but it really, like, it just works really well because all you have to do is add some shadow and you're all set to go. Like, it's just really, I think it's just perfect. So yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to be adding a wing liner. I used to do a wing liner every single day when I first started doing my makeup, and then I stopped. I don't know why, but I just stopped. It just felt like it was like a much easier, quicker way to do my makeup, even though I still took forever to do my makeup. But I started doing it, like, I would say like a day or two ago recently, and I just love, you know, obviously I loved it a long time ago. I used to do like a really like long eyeliner with a cat eye, and that's exactly what I'm going to do tonight. A really nice long cat eye for us today. And like I said, I'm using this liquid e.l.f. liner. This is, of course, in the color Jet Black. Guys, so I am done with my wing liner. Now we're going to move on to mascara. Now I'm going to add my Too Faced Better Than Sex Mascara. You always want to use a mascara to apply on your lashes before you put on your false lashes, because applying your lashes on with brown powder and concealer on it is not cute at all. So you always want to apply mascara even though you're going to be adding some false lashes. Honestly and truly, I do not know how people with individual lashes do it, because even when I used to get my lashes done every week, when I did my makeup, I struggled with if I should put makeup on, if I should put mascara on my individual lashes or if I shouldn't. And it was always a hard struggle because the lashes would always turn hard after a while putting on mascara, instead of it being really natural and, you know, flowy and kind of fluffy. It would be nice and hard, and I hated that. So that's another reason why I stopped wearing those individual lashes. I'm just really not into it looking nice and hard. I just really like when it looks nice and fluffy and, you know what I mean, like long and all that. But because you have to put mascara on to darken it from it being so brown from the makeup, you have to add some sort of liquid or you have to add some sort of product on those lashes, and I absolutely hate it unless they use like some type of wipes and wipe it off. But I just don't have that kind of time, so I just don't do it anymore. But yeah, now guys, I'm going to be adding my lashes. I'm going to be adding my lashes. I do have a separate video up on how I apply lashes. I'm going to have it in the corner somewhere. I don't know, for as long as I've been making YouTube videos. I do not know if it's in this corner or that corner. I kid you. I think it's this corner. Wait, is it this corner? I think it's this corner. I may be so wrong, but that just goes to show I absolutely do not know. I'm gonna have that video up in this corner or that corner on how I apply my lashes. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that off camera, and I'll be back on before moving into any other step. Okay guys, so my lashes are on. The next thing I'm gonna go do is apply some mascara to my bottom lashes. You guys know the deal. Everyone always asks me about how I do my bottom lashes. This is literally how. There's really no secret at all. I want all of you guys to know. The only thing I think it is to this is that I naturally have long eyelashes. It stands out is the fact that I have really long bottom eyelashes. So yeah. What's also new in my makeup routine is I always add some more of that brightening powder. This is the Airbrush Flawless Filter and Tilbury. This is the same thing I use to set underneath my eye. And I'm going to use a little bit more of this just to set underneath my eye, just to make that brighter. Because y'all know I love a bright under eye. So I'm just going to use a little bit of that just to set underneath my eye some more. Bring that down. Just to brighten my under eye some more, because that really makes a big difference in your makeup look. And then I'm just going to go ahead and blend that out. Right now I'm going to set my face with this Urban Decay setting spray. And now guys, I'm going to go in with this. I'm going to go in with the lips. I'm going to start with my lip liner. This is the Makeup Forever lip liner in the shade, in the color Dimensional Dark Brown. I'm going to start with this one first. And of course, I'm going to overline my lips slightly. Next guys, I'm going to go in with the MAC lip liner in the shade Chestnut. So first, for this lip combo guys, I'm going to be using the NYX Buttergloss in the shade Creme Brulee. So I'm going to go in with this first. And just trust the process, guys. Trust the process. I promise you guys will love it. Next, guys, I'm gonna go in with my NARS lip gloss. This is in the shade Chelsea Girls. I'm gonna go over that a little bit, just a little bit, like that. Like that, and I'm gonna rub it together. Now I'm gonna go in with the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb in the shade Hot Chocolate Heat to just go over the liner part of my lips. So this is just to go over the brown liner of my lips that I applied first to make it stand out. I'm going to blend that together, and then I'm going to add some more of the NYX Buttergloss in Creme Brulee. And now guys, for the final thing, like I said, I was going to go back in with the blush, and I was going to add the cream on my cheeks just to get a more glowy look, even though it's already glowy. I love me some blush, so don't judge me. So I'm going to add the butt of this beauty blender. It's a dried beauty blender. I'm going to add the butt. I'm going to use the butt of it. I'm just going to dab some of that on here. And I'm going to dab it on my cheek like this. And oh my god, look at that. So pretty. Oh my goodness. That is beautiful. Oh my god, that is so pretty. NARS lip gloss in Chelsea Girls, the Fenty Beauty Hot Chocolate Heat, and the NYX Butter Gloss in Creme Brulee. And you guys, look at this face. Oh my god, like, do you guys see this? Do you guys see the wing liner? Look at the wing liner. Like, it's giving TikTok trend unapproachable makeup. I'm just kidding. Well, am I? I don't know, but I love it. Look at the bronzer. Look at how it sits. It just goes perfectly with the makeup. Look at the blush. Look at the contour. Just look at it. Oh my god, just look at my face, y'all. I absolutely love it. So anyways, like from the beginning to now, like, I mean, I was beautiful from before, but still, like, look, like, do you see the transformation? Like, let me know if you guys want a detailed tutorial on how I did my wing liner. I will definitely put one up for you. But yeah. Alright, you guys, this is the final look. I absolutely love this look, okay? Like my makeup looks so good, and I used all, like, I would say high-end makeup. A long time ago, I used to always say there's no difference in using drugstore makeup and high-end makeup. Let me tell you how I was so wrong. Like, I was absolutely wrong. Like 10 toes down, 100%, absolutely all cards on the deck. Wrong, okay? And there's nothing wrong with drugstore makeup. Do not get me wrong. However, it's a big difference. Okay, because I was like a pro. I was like a pro in using drugstore makeup. I used to use drugstore makeup for everything. Like, I only recently started using products like Fenty and NARS and Charlotte Tilbury and Patrick Ta, and I only recently started using these products. Only recently. So I think I see a big difference in my makeup. And tonight, I just look absolutely good. Like, I look so, y'all, I look so good. Oh my god, if I was a man, I would date myself. Like, honestly, for real. Like, I would take myself out on a date. You know, I would have myself a breakfast, lunch, and dinner if I was a man. But that's another story for a different day. Okay, thanks. Anyway, y'all, I love this look. Absolutely love the blush. Like I said, the blush I use is, I have to say this again, this is the Patrick Ta blush in She's Wanted. This is a beautiful blush. This is the perfect blush for black skin. If you're black skin like me, I would suggest running to Sephora, running to the app, download the app, buy it online, get it shipped to you. This is perfect, okay? This is like the most perfect blush. This is like the best blush I've ever used since I started doing makeup, okay? And for me to say that, because I love blushes, is a really big thing for me. This has been the most perfect blush I've ever used in my life, and I'm probably gonna buy 3 more of these because I don't want to ever run out. And if I do run out, I really hope that he does not discontinue this, because this is amazing. Okay, this look, guys, I know I used everything on my face. However, I do consider this my now go-to everyday makeup look. Like, honestly and truly, I do not know what I now consider as a full beat, not everyday makeup look, because this is just hands down full beat down, like murdered my face. Okay, because this is just like, this is a beat. Like, this is a face. It's not a beat. This is a face. It's so dumb. Anyway, guys, but I promise you, I kid you not, this is my updated everyday look. I know we went through a lot of steps in this video. However, you have to go through those steps to get, you know, this kind of look. And if I'm going somewhere, this is the look I'm definitely going to go to. If I don't use the bronzer as an eyeshadow, I'm definitely going to use a brown eyeshadow as my eyeshadow. I'm always going to put some sort of brown eyeshadow on my eyelids moving forward. It's always going to be that way. If I don't, I was probably in a rush, and it's still going to turn out looking good, because I've never really used to use a shadow for my everyday look, and I've just incorporated it in my makeup routine. But this is now, guys, my everyday makeup routine, my makeup look. Like I said, I know we use a lot of products today in this video, but you have to use those products to get a kind of look like this. I would say to make it much, for me, it might not be considered as a lighter bead for you guys, but I think to make mine much more lighter, I would not use the shadow, and I would skip the eyeshadow, and I would skip the eyeliner part. However, I would still have a bead base. So honestly, is it a difference? Maybe without the shadow and liner, but to me, it's really not. However, like I said, this is now, guys, my new everyday makeup look, and I absolutely love this. I'm going to be listing all the products I use in this video down in the description box below. I also had them during the video while I was doing my makeup on the screen. If you guys did miss it, like I said, they're going to be down below. I'm really happy that I got to sit down and do a detailed makeup tutorial with you guys. It felt really good to come on here because I haven't been on here in 12 days, which is it might seem short to you guys, but it's very long to me, and I hate being away from YouTube because I love YouTube. Like, I really love uploading videos on YouTube. So it's good for me to come on here and do a detailed, updated makeup routine with you guys, because I felt like I needed this, and I hope you guys did like this video today. I hope you guys did learn something. If you guys have any questions about any of the products I used today, any of the steps I took today, let me know down in the comment section below. But y'all, be sure to hit that subscribe button and also hit that bell notification so you guys get notified every time I drop a video. You guys never miss a video. Also follow me on Instagram. Follow me also on TikTok. I'm on TikTok every day now these days, guys. I promise you. If I'm not posting on YouTube every 2-3 days, I'm on TikTok posting a video every 30 minutes. Okay, I post a video on TikTok like 2-3 times a day. So make sure to follow me on TikTok. Also follow me on Instagram so you guys can always be updated with what I'm posting. Section where you guys can go. I do have a link tree. Once you click on the link, that has links to all of my socials. It has links to all of my socials. I have my Twitter, my TikTok, my Instagram, so you guys can follow me there just to keep up. And I thank you guys so much for watching this video. Like I said, do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I love you guys so much. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.